This is where many successful racing champions started out, and a great place to learn the basic principles of competitive racing.
Hop in the go-kart you presume you have to start your career with and prepare yourself for the impending rage quit. You'll find it difficult to control on those frizzled circuits against opponents who surely do look like they know what they're doing. If you're not a racing games fan, you'll feel scared and hopeless. Maybe Prost, Senna and Schumacher started here, but they didn't get their hands on a flimsy controller. But guess what? You don't have to race in the karting Interleague Championship at all. Should you want to jump into an LMP1 car directly, you're allowed to give it a try, although skipping to the most imposing series without building up experience might not be the best idea. The career is structured into 80 different tiers, and you can start in whichever you want. Project Cars doesn't treat you like you have to prove something to anyone than yourself. It doesn't award you for every small step you take. Here, you're a freelance driver, so choosing your career path is entirely up to you. However, once you've signed with one team, you'll have to perform here for an entire season. Regarding the cars, this game provides a fair selection, from go-karts to GT, touring, open-wheel, prototype and road vehicles. Almost each one of them has subcategories and hide classic gems, so you can never really get bored. If you're curious what Ayrton Senna and Johnny Dumfries had to put up with, just take the 900 horsepower Lotus 98T Renault Formula 1 car for a spin. It's the only thing you can do with it anyway. The opportunity of driving the road class vehicles and the classics will pop up from time to time during your career, as you are invited to different weekend events, and these invitations do depend on your championship performance. But of course, you're free to test your skills with them whenever you want, in free practice, time trial or online modes. In total, there are up to 80 old and new road and track only vehicles, of which about 3/4 are included in the game's standard pack. The rest come via different packs you can buy. Some, like the rear-engine Porsche-based roofs, are the true embodiment of evil, but none of the cars featured in these games is actually easy to drive fast. Well, that's because no car is easy to drive fast in the minute you've hopped into its driver's seat. In order to reach a satisfactory experience, you'll have to invest your time in learning every car's specifics. Just like you'd expect from a racing simulator, understeer and oversteer are not your friends, and they're oh so easily achievable. It's a constant reminder that Project Cars is taking things seriously, so you should do it too. Entering a car's mechanical settings will throw numerous screens at your face, filled with a lot of numbers and ratios. If you just want to enjoy the game without troubling yourself with all these, go to gameplay and set the game to its most digestible form. It might not be rewarding, but hey, we're not here to judge. Although it seems like everything revolves around your vehicle and the way you drive it, Project Cars doesn't forget that the realism extends to what you see as well. Go to free practice, solo and online modes, and you can also control the nature. You can set the time of the day and the weather you'd like to race in, and every change will impact your experience. Go for a 10 AM run under a clear sky, and you'll have to face the morning sunshine lap after lap. Unlike Ari Vatanen in the climb dance, you'll just have to accept the temporary blindness while going around the circuit, as you can throw some shade with one hand while the other is busy steering the car. After you've managed to master a circuit in the dry, switch to rain, and you'll find that every braking and turning points are different, so you'll have to learn it again. As for the racing grounds, you have a high variety of tracks from all around the world, from the legendary Nordschleife to the iconic Spa-Francorchamps, Mount Panorama or Laguna Seca. There are 35 in total, many of which we're going to explain individually a bit later. When it comes to rendering realism, slightly Mad Dog Studios left no stone unturned, although the game falls a bit short of perfection. Oversensitive controls aside, the AI opponents might behave like they suffer from borderline personality disorder, being overly aggressive out of the blue when you top their skills bar. On other occasions, you might find them unable to tackle a tight chicane, so you'll find yourself rushing towards a herd of confused cars, trying to find if there's a track after the tire barrier. Project Cars might be frustratingly thorough and unforgiving for the thrill seekers, but it can also be highly rewarding for those who want not only to check as many victories as possible, but also learn something in the process. One of the most important lessons this racing sim taught us is that excellence is not achieved overnight, but after countless long hours of training.